Hello, Power fans! This is Mathonical, and you're joining me for another challenge run. I believe it's the 8th one that I've done, and we're going to go back to Boros. Specifically, the BorosSS Monarch list that I like to play, where we have Seeker of the Way and Searing Blaze. Um, After our last run and running a couple of leagues with it, I have decided to change the list slightly. Currently, we're only going to be on 2 Boros Garrisons, 1 Radiant Fountain. We do need to have as many red sources and white sources as possible. We're being pretty greedy by playing the Searing Blaze, and to that effect, we're erring on untapped red sources slightly more than white, but we do have an even split of white and red sources in the deck currently. And in the sideboard, I've made a few switches. Mainly, I'm expecting a lot of Tron, so I want the Molten Rains. It's quite a bit better to play Molten Rain in a Boros list like this, since we're planning on doing a lot of damage to our opponent through a lot of burn spells and the Searing Blazes. Bringing the Molten Rains does give us the ability to really burn out our opponent. And outside of that, it's a fairly standard list of hating against Boggles, Elves. Kor Sanctifiers is a really nice catch-all against artifacts and enchantments. Prismatic Strands, good against burn, aggro, that kind of thing. Electrickery, usual. Gorilla Shaman hates against affinity, and Pyroblast. The main deck, some of the more interesting interactions that I'll cover. Most people know the Boros list, where we're just going to be playing 2 mana artifacts that will draw us a card. We're planning on balancing it with the Glint Hawks and Kor Skyfishers to draw additional cards, kind of our mini Muldrifter package, playing blue without actually playing blue. Palace Sentinels is our way of drawing just an absurd amount of card advantage, and we have a huge burn package. This is used to remove creatures, so that way we can keep the Monarch, or remove creatures out of the way so we can get in with our birds. It's also good just for going face. Racing that way is quite advantageous for us. 2 Journey to Nowheres and Oblivion Ring as being able to kill some of the bigger creatures in the format and anything in general. The 1 Oblivion Ring, I wanted to go up to 3 Journey to Nowhere type effects, just in case the Mono-Right Heroic list is still running around. This is the kind of effect you really want to deal with their creatures. So since our curve is pretty low to the ground, I switched one of the journeys to an Oblivion Ring just as a catch-all. And Seekers are absolutely fantastic. They trigger off of all of the prowess. Prowess triggers off of all of these things, so being able to bounce a Prophetic Prism with like a Skyfisher and replay it means we get to swing in for 3 with lifelink. Some of the interesting interactions, we've got Kor Skyfisher and Glint Hawk. They can bounce artifact lands or any land if we need to replay a land to play Searing Blaze. So this can come up if we have, let's say, an Ancient Den and a Great Furnace and a Searing Blaze in hand. We can always tap both, play the Glint Hawk, bouncing the Great Furnace, replay Great Furnace, and Searing Blaze something. So, in my opinion, it's really easy to turn on the Searing Blaze. It does require us to think ahead a little bit and play around it, but being able to remove a creature while still staying on the burn our opponent's face plan, I really like that style. So thank you very much for joining me for the intro and deck tech. We're going to be jumping right into the event, and let's see how far we go. I'll see you there.